Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. I can't read it. There's no words on it. I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. No. We'll do it live. Do it live.
Yeah.
Or whatever else.
Oh, are we talking about the topic I want to talk
about?
No,
we're not.
No.
Oh, this is how I wanted to start this podcast.
Right?
Yeah. So this podcast is going. Maybe it's going or whatever. I hate that intro that Alexi puts in every day at the beginning. I hate it. Just gonna put that out there. Hate that intro. Yep.
Well, then what do you want as the intro then?
I don't know. Not that.
Well, tell me.
Yeah, Alec, where did you pull that shit out from?
It's got to be less aggressive. Like, we're nice. It's supposed to be nice. That's like too broy.
Like because we roast each other. How is that nice?
We're not. Yeah, but we're not broy.
How is that broy?
I don't know. It's got a broy feel to me.
That you're using.
We need like a little bit more of like a multi-dimensional complexity.
Yeah. Do you think it's too broy?
In God's name does that mean?
Grace? Grace,
it means things that you... I honestly skip past...
I've never listened.
I've never fully listened. I didn't... Also, I thought maybe I missed a conversation on like us deciding on that.
No. Alec was like, I've got this great intro. It's great. You guys are going to love it. I hate it.
I hate it.
Send me... You know what? How about this?
Why do
we can make our own?
Assign one of your interns.
They're doing math stuff, dude.
How about, I think what we should do is that we should create our own. I think we should do like a beep boop 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 boop.
Like in GarageBand or something?
Right. No, we could just do a cappella. Just go beep boop 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 boop. And then Alec, you add?
But now it's your turn, Alexi.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to oblige. Sorry. But welcome.
And there you go. That is it.
Welcome to the podcast where
I bet you guys hate that intro.
Not appreciated. But
fired.
Welcome to the show.
Is someone there with you, Grace?
Yes, someone there. And I know that for a fact.
Yes.
Yes.
That's fine.
You got to be like closer to the microphone. These are condenser micro. They're microphones that require.
Is this close enough?
Oh yeah. Now you have to work on the volume. It's clipping.
What does that mean? Clipping.
Jesus Christ, Grace. Don't do that. Be closer to the microphone. There you go. Now say something.
Hello.
Okay. No, not that close. Not that close. Okay.
Is this better?
I don't know. I don't know. There's like some sort of setting or something. You got to open it up so it doesn't sound so bad. Like it's too loud. Like your voice is distorting when you're close.
How about this?
Yeah,
is there anything wrong with this?
I mean, it's kind of what's
echoey.
Yeah.
Echoey. Yeah.
What if I went like this? How about that? Is that better?
Grace. No, it's worse.
It's worse.
Yeah, it's worse.
We'll have to work.
Okay, how about this?
Grace needs to take a crash course in audio.
Well, the thing is like she can't hear herself.
Yeah.
Right? Like if we had a monitor situation where we could hear ourselves, then we could know what our levels were, and it would be easy to. Can you adjust levels of a level microphone?
Can I ask that we restart this recording? Just because I didn't have my GarageBand set up when recording was.
Sure, whatever. Okay, yeah. I think you want to go to sound and you can change your input volume. So search at the top of your thing for sound. Are you doing it, Grace?
She's not.
What am I supposed to be doing? I already have my recording on.
Yeah. But like we've discussed, you're clipping like that. It's garbage. You need to go up to your search bar on your computer. So the little magnifying glass in the upper right.
Yeah.
Okay, now search sound.
Sound.
Yeah, does something come up? It's in settings.
I can just go to settings because that's not working.
All right, just go to settings and find sound, and then you want to go to the input. Right?
Oh no, that's not it. Hold on. It's in Launchpad. It's not in that. Where's Launchpad?
I've never used Launchpad in my life.
A Finder. It's in Finder. That's. I'm trying to find my sound. Okay.
Okay, look, watch.
Oh, here we go. I got it.
Okay.
I'm at sound.
Okay, so see
Yes.
this. You've got this input. You want to check this so it doesn't clip. See?
Select device for input. Yes.
So the Samsung
Okay.
Q9U.
Yeah.
And-
Yep. Got it.
and
I
then-
just put it in. Yep.
Okay, now this you need to adjust this thing right here until it's not clipping. Like, see, if I go way up here, it clips, and now I probably sound like garbage, right?
How about this? Is that better?
But if I bring
Tell
it
me.
out-
I'm bringing it down. I'm at the first hash, not the first hash, second to last hash on the left side. How about that? Is that good?
Yeah.
and now with your mouth close to the microphone, it sounds good, and it's like not echoey
Okay. What about here? Is that bad?
and too far. You have to be
That's way
close.
too far. Grace, we
Okay.
said that was good.
We got to get you an arm. Do you watch podcasts? Like, it's always like
I don't have an arm. Okay. How about that? Are we good?
that's why you got to sit up close to it.
Yeah.
God.
Can we restart the recording?
Should I
Yeah.
end the audio recording I have?
Yes.
No. Why do we need to do that? We're gonna clap.
Yeah, we have to clap and do all that stuff. It's just
All right, let's
easy
just go.
when we all do it at the same time. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
That's pretty good.
Welcome to the podcast, everyone,
Yeah. How about that intro? I hate that intro, Alexi.
where apparently my creative input is garbage and I have to improve in some way, shape, or form. So in the comments, let
Yeah,
me
what
know
do you guys want
what
for
you think
that intro?
about
Definitely not what it is.
about that intro. By the way, for those of you who are curious as to where I found that intro, just look up Bill O'Reilly freaking out on live television. That is my favorite journalism moment. I think it needs to be documented in history because F it, we'll do it
It's
live.
not a sports moment. At least it's not a sports moment.
At least it's not a sports moment, people, because we all hate my opinion about sports. So I will try desperately not to.
Wait,
not to bring
Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah.
He's not a good dude.
Well, of course.
I mean,
Not
to
course-
get political or anything, but
well, of course. I mean, I don't like him either, but I think that moment in his
I think
career-
it puts the tone wrong. This is not, I don't want that guy's voice on my podcast.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know who this man is.
He's a Fox News commentator.
Oh, is he
Former.
really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
People
Former
are gonna-
Fox News.
People are going to get the wrong idea, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like-
we already have
It's a
2,000
progressive, inclusive situation that we're running here.
People already know it's inclusive just because of how we are as individuals.
Yeah, but if they only listen to the first like 4 seconds and they're like, what is this?
It's like
Ah.
I just don't think that's like reality, but we will
Okay, well, whatever. I
well,
got some mail time.
We've already established we're gonna switch up the intro.
Yeah. Do you guys want to look at this mail time that I got?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's look at the mail
Okay.
time.
So I got a new design of my merch. Look at this. Look at this hoodie. Look at this hoodie. Look at that. It's cool, right?
Oh, that
Yeah.
is actually pretty dope.
Yeah, it's the subspace topology. So it's like an artistic rendition of something called the subspace topology. And then it's got like this math major tag at the bottom of the back.
Just so that people know you're a math major.
No, because that's the brand. I made an LLC, Math Major Inc.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
And then here's a t-shirt version.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it is actually pretty cool. Like Michael couldn't come up with something that's actually cool. Yeah, I know it's cool.
There you go.
You know, I have mad design skills.
Mad design skills. Yeah, he can draw a circle and a box.
All right, now let's look at this. What do we got here? It's a big box. It's on the what's this called? Platypus.
Platypi.
Are opening it for me.
Is that a dog toy?
They told me that this required a signature, but they left it without a signature, which was like I was happy about because they delivered it when I was not home, but it made me a little bit nervous because it is a super expensive camera.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's cool, huh?
Yeah.
So now I have a good photo camera as well as my good video camera that's like over there. So I'm psyched, right?
They just left that on your front porch.
And I just ordered 70 to 200 2.8 lens.
There
Anyway.
you go.
Yeah, investing in Math Major Media.
There you go. Math Major Media. Wow.
So good. It was mail time, right?
Mail time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What type of
It was
fun?
fun while it lasted.
You
What
guys-
type of fun was that?
You
What
guys
type of
probably
fun was that?
type 1 fun for me and like just boring for you. It's not a type, right?
I don't think it's on the scale. Yeah.
Those shirts are dope though. You can
No,
buy
those
them.
shirts are really dope.
Yeah.
those shirts are
Where can people buy them, Michael?
It's on my Teespring.
And what would be the link to that?
No, I
it's
don't
in
really
the
know. You
caption
just
of
go
his
to my
videos.
you just go to my YouTube and search that. That being said, there will be a good link for it. I just it's like a learning about how much money I spend. I just bought mathmajor.com,
There you go.
the domain. Yeah.
What?
Because like, you know,
what
it's like
website?
good domains like that like cost a little bit of money.
Right.
How much
Given
is a
that
little bit of money?
this was like $3,000.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, but it's like business expense, right? I mean, and it's like a real
Tax
good
write-off?
name. Yeah. And you know, I got this friend that's in this what's it called? Startup in Silicon Valley. I think I probably said something about him before. Tandem co-working. Anyway, he said that was a really good price because it's like such a catchy short thing. Because and it's a .com. It's not like a you know,
Gov.
.pizza or .gov. I don't think that I can get a .gov, dude.
Yeah.
Try.
You can't either.
Like
Get it.
start my own country.
Sure. Why not?
Secede.
Math Major United.
Math Majors United.
So anyway, I'm gonna try to do something with that website. I'm hiring like a full-time employee next year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
they can come up
graduating
with a
university
catchy
next
intro.
year.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll have them on the podcast.
There you go.
Not every time, but sometime. Maybe at least once. Are you laughing at me? We're gonna
No,
do
I'm
profit
crying.
sharing. Listen to this. Listen to his job. So a portion of his job is live streaming his preparation for grad school. That's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'm thinking like 3 times a week, 2 hours at a time. So 6 hours a week of live streaming prep for grad school. I think people eat that up. Like math.
Would that be on Twitch or like what?
No, we're gonna multi-stream. So we're gonna stream to YouTube because like the math major channel already has 8,000 subscribers and gets like pretty good traffic already. So he's gonna live stream to there, but then also to Facebook Live and TikTok Live.
TikTok has a live?
Michael's gonna be on TikTok?
TikTok has a live and maybe Twitch, although we're not as like motivated by Twitch.
Well, I mean, Twitch also, I mean, I wouldn't work with Twitch. I've just seen so many creators like leave that platform.
Yeah, there's no discoverability, right?
Well, it's not like it's no discoverability. Like it's just like over bloated with like so many different creators that like, I don't know. I mean, like I
think you're about to just say no discoverability in like different words. Like there's so many creators that are big that you can't get discovered. Is that what you were gonna say?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say
what about
something
Pokimane?
different.
The Botez sisters.
Not
you
a
know
fan
them?
of. Nope. Not a
You
fan
know
of
who
those.
the Botez sisters?
Nope.
They're like they have 1 million followers on Twitch. They're sisters that play chess. They're chess streamers.
Oh, I think you've mentioned their names before.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I just watched. There was a seagull flying. I'm
Nice.
facing my. Sorry, my mic dropped. My mic dropped. Mic dropped.
No, but your volume is so loud. How is your
What?
volume so loud?
Is it
What?
bad?
Yeah, it's
Kinda.
unusable.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A whisper.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, a seagull just hit your window, and what?
Is it really bad? Like, should I just not talk? Like,
You
goddamn.
You should
Just
fix
don't.
it.
I don't know what the fuck you want me to fix it.
Like the way
How
I
bad
showed
is it?
you. Bad.
Okay, how about that? How about that? Is that better?
That's a lot better.
Okay,
That is
we'll
a lot
keep it
better.
there. All right. So anyway, I'm facing a window. There was a seagull that was flying like directly straight, and it was going onto the roof. And I was like, oh, maybe it'll stop on my windowsill. It did not stop on the windowsill, but then it shat, and it shat on the windowsill. Like I watched the seagull shit before it went onto the roof, and I see the shit on the windowsill. It's
That's
all
good.
wet and stuff. It's so gross.
That's good.
It's
good,
so
yeah.
gross.
Speaking of-
that was like live entertainment right there.
Yeah, this is inspired stuff here.
Oh yeah. And there's another
Speaking of
one.
Leo is like at the door right now, and I just let him out when I got here. He is wanting me to take him outside because I think he has to also go poop. But what was that? You want to be on this episode? Come here, boy. Come here. Everyone say hello.
No, the doggy. Michael. So what
Were
is
you-
it?
Were you looking at our notes?
I was.
Okay, go.
I was. So Michael, give me your favorite math quote.
Okay, I gotta look in the book. I was supposed to like have this ready. You can't just
Oh, I have an idea. Hold on. I need to get a book. It's gonna take like 2 seconds.
2 seconds. I don't even know what we're about to go on about, but I probably have an answer for it.
All right. I found the quote.
Okay.
We'll wait for Grace, and you will cut this part out because it's boring AF.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Found the quote.
Well,
The
I
book
didn't
was-
find the quote.
The
Oh,
book
you
was
found
right
it.
in front of me, and I had it bookmarked. So this is from a translation of a Japanese book from Minoru Wakamoto, Infinite Dimensional Lie Algebras.
Cute.
So it was translated from Japanese. So
All right.
here it goes. Since ancient times, it has been the charm of music that has soothed the fiercest warriors or samurai. This law seems to be universal in the physical universe and is also true in the world of Lie algebras. Although the theme of this book is infinite dimensional Lie algebras, the music that plays an extremely important role in analyzing their structures and their representations is this SL2, the smallest and loveliest algebra among the simple finite dimensional Lie algebras. Chapter 2 of this book is the main part of the representation, blah, 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 blah. SL2 always appears in an important scene. Bring me to your mind. Under its tender melody, obstructions facing us easily tumble down, and the theory hidden in the veil of infinite dimensional Lie algebras will be gradually revealed. SL2 is wonderful. Chapter 2 of this book is a pay-in into SL2 and its and the analysis of representations of the structure of this Lie algebra are just one application. Okay. Anyway, so obviously the math part is whatever. I mean, I'm into it. But how about that flowery language? It was great, right?
That was so not what I was expecting at all. No, yeah, it was very I was I was thinking like this is like the type of storybook you'd read to your kids before they went to sleep.
Yeah. There's stuff like this all over this book. All over this book there are passages like this
very
where he
soothing.
makes these like fantastical descriptions of math things that are like slightly awkward because they're translated from Japanese, but just like kind of awesome.
Nice. Yeah, wow, very flowery language.
Yeah, it's great. I highly
Gives
suggest
you
this
some
book.
imagery.
Infinite Dimensional Lie Algebras, Wakimoto.
So what I was going to do with the book that I have is something that I like to do with my friends. And it may be a stretch, but you guys are my friends.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay. The lack of reply makes me regret saying that.
I replied.
So it's called Inward by Young Pueblo, and it's just like a whole bunch. It's a poetry book, but they have like motivational aspects to it. I really like R.H. Sin, that he does similar stuff. But anyway, so I'm gonna flip the pages like this, and you're one of you at a time is gonna go. You're gonna tell me to stop, and you're gonna pick left or right. So you have to pick the page.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna read out what the passage is, and that passage will be directed at you, at yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we can just talk about what it says.
I'll go first.
Okay. All right, Alec. Or Michael. So
Yep,
you'll tell me
me
when to stop, okay?
Okay. Stop left.
Okay, that was really quick. You totally chose the chapter page. Okay, do that again.
Stop right.
All right, you ready? It gets pretty deep. You're
ready.
gonna have to let it settle, and I want to hear a reflection.
No, I'm ready to reflect.
I can
Well,
only
I'm like a pool of still water, reflecting the moonlight.
Can I? May
Yeah.
I?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just setting the scene. What my of my tone right now.
Alrighty then. I can only give to you what I have already given to myself. I can only understand the world as much as I understand myself.
That's great.
That's great.
That's yeah.
Did that speak to you?
I mean, yeah, I guess, the theme is that you have to take care of yourself before you take care of, the outside, right?
Yeah.
You have to focus in before you focus out.
And how does that make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel like anything. It's just I'm like,
She's
yeah.
trying to be a psychologist when in actuality her
Okay,
major
so
is
how does that make
philosophy.
me feel? You know, I hear that and I'm like, oh yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah. Do you try to practice that kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't think too hard about it.
All right. And Alec, it's your turn. Any
So
final comments?
So was that a success?
We'll discuss that after Alec goes.
Okay.
All right, ready?
It's going to be who wins, right? Like a sport.
There's no winner. There's no winner.
But remember the part where I was like reflecting like a pool of water in the moonlight.
Yeah, and you totally did not follow through in that at all. You dropped the ball. All right, Alec, reflect like a pool of water. All right, ready?
In the moonlight.
In the moonlight. Alec, ready?
Stop left.
Yo! Water teaches flexibility and power. Earth expresses firmness and balance. Air sings of intelligence and bravery. Fire speaks of action and growth. Wait, did you say stop right?
No, he says stop left.
Said stop. Okay, good. I read the left one.
Well, it's not really profound. I mean, it's just kind of what I've already discerned about all of those elements, right? It's just naming the elements and how they relate to your life as a whole. I mean, that would probably be a quote I would gonna talk about sports. I would put that in my locker.
Or maybe that came from the last Airbender. Am I right?
This is true. Tar. No, but that actually reminded me of a quote by Bruce Lee. And I don't want to misquote it because it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite quotes by anyone, really. Hold on, I have to Google this. All right, the original.
I remember what I was going to tell you guys, so just like hang on to that idea while we're waiting for Alexi to be ready. It's a great story. I mean,
now I am ready. So
Michael, you hold on. Michael, you hold on.
When he's ready. No, when he's ready, just remember that I've got a good story.
Okay.
Any minute now, he'll be ready.
Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless like water. You put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Water can flow or it can crash. Now I think there's like I'm reading like a text version of this, and I know that there's a video somewhere on YouTube where I think it's said a little bit differently. I believe he also used the example of a bottle. You know, water becomes the bottle if you put it into a bottle. But
I mean, we get it. It's a liquid. I don't see.
Well, it's in terms of martial arts, right? And this is sports, or actually not sports. If you view martial arts as more of a way of life, which is kind of what I've always viewed it as. It's a good recipe for being dedicated and, you know, focused on whatever you are trying to be. But like, you know, in martial arts, it's never the biggest or the strongest guy that has the superiority. It's the one who has control over their mind and through their body. Like it's an interesting take on, you know, I don't know, like a David and Goliath situation, right? Like water can flow or it can crash. Like, is water a strong element? Absolutely. But can it also be just like a flimsy, weak element? Of course. So I just like that quote. And it made me remind me it, and that whatever poem, Grace, I think that made me remind myself of this. So
yeah, they have similar themes for sure.
Yeah.
And similar words.
Specifically water.
They both use the word water.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah. Okay. So my conundrum, which is maybe fixed because of this podcast, and I'll tell you why the podcast fixes it when we get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I teach from 8:30 to like 12:30.
Mhm.
It's kind of a long time. I guess not really, but kind of a long time. I get up at like 6:15 and I like prepare for my class and do some other stuff. And then I like come home for lunch and I eat lunch and I've been taking a nap, right? Taking a nap. You guys heard of naps? It's where you sleep during the
Yes.
day.
Yeah. How do you spell that?
I'm not sure anyone really knows. Okay.
Mhm.
So, but the problem is now I've been waking up at like 4:30 in the morning because I don't need as much sleep because of the nap, right? And it's just this cycle of like, now I'm tired in the middle of the day, take a nap. Oh, but no, I don't need as much sleep, so I get up at 4:30. Till today, right? Because we're recording this podcast right now. So I woke up at 4:30 this morning and I did some stuff. And then I've edited a video and then I wrote some problems. And then I did a workout from like 6:30 to 8:10. And then I watched the kids get on the bus and then I went to teach. And then I would have usually come home and like had lunch and then taken a nap. But now I'm recording a podcast. Maybe it will get me in the right schedule. What do you guys think about this? Is it a bad schedule to be doing this? Or is it an okay schedule? What does it seem like to you?
I don't think naps are good. And I'm learning this myself because I actually took a nap yesterday and I thought, wow, I spent an hour doing one thing when in that hour I could have been doing like 5 or 6 different things, or I could have accomplished 5 or 6 like different things. Like, so like, yeah, that would be my take on like naps as like a college kid. Like you kind of need it. I mean, I needed it like desperately because I rarely got any sleep, but yeah, I mean, as an adult, as someone who's living on their own, like naps aren't really like, I'd rather go to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Okay. Go.
Yeah, I do think that if you really keep it to a half an hour and you really get up after half an hour, that's fine because it's just enough to recharge and you don't go into REM sleep, so you don't get like the groggy, nor does it mess up the time that you fall asleep later. But that rarely happens to be the case when I take a nap. My problem is that I really like sleeping. Sounds a little depressing, but I just really like sleeping.
Yeah,
I enjoy my sleep.
Okay.
And so when I take a nap, I sleep. And that's not always the best thing.
Oh,
and then
like you go down for the count.
I go down for the count and I'll be down for like 2 hours. And then I'll get up. Great. And then that's just like Alex said, like waste the time.
And what does that do to your like night?
Well, then I go to sleep. Yeah, then I go to sleep later. Or I just stay in bed and force myself to like go to sleep at like 1 or 2 and have a terrible night's sleep.
Yeah.
Because I'm like waking up, going back to sleep, waking up, going back to sleep because I'm not really tired. I think if you really like, I find myself needing or taking a nap when I don't push myself to do other things. So when I sort of step back and just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna lay down. You know, but that's not always like the best idea or the most productive.
Yeah, like I can't take a nap this afternoon because I've got like training planned. You know, I'm gearing up to go on my climbing trip, and so like I'm doing the final bit of training for that, and then I have like other stuff to do as well.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't recording this podcast, I probably would have like snuck in a little nappity doodah instead of talking to you beautiful people. So anyway, I'm glad. Yeah, we should just podcast every day so I don't take a nap.
Yeah. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. No.
Oh, here's another thing.
Oh.
So my kid, Enzo.
Which one? Yeah, Enzo.
Enzo. He has been really wanting to see his family tree. Yeah. And I know your mom does that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She
we're
has
gonna
the
try to get.
Bible.
Yeah. And but she's like filled in a big family tree on the line.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna try to get the login for that. He's pretty psyched. He's like real psyched. He's like, "Have you got in touch with Aunt Laura yet for the family tree?" And we're like, "No."
Oh.
And he's like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you taking so long?" So he's really excited. It doesn't obviously have any of like my mother's side,
yeah.
but maybe we could like fill that in. And it doesn't have any of Sandra's side either, but maybe we can fill that in as well.
Well, we're
Well,
the
it might
most
be-
special anyway.
Although it might be tricky. Like, you know, her family like bailed from Eastern Europe World War One. Much like people are bailing from Ukraine right now. Like it was pretty similar sort of situation.
Yeah.
Like the reason her family came to Canada.
Alec.
Yes. All right. Where are we in our conversation?
Yeah, do you guys have a story? What about story time? Remember that time I told that great story? And I was like, we should have story time.
I'm thinking. Is anybody else thinking why am I the only one?
Yeah, I mean, I have a story, but like, you know, I thought that, you know, it'd be good to give one of you guys a chance to.
The library's been pretty packed lately. Don't really know how to feel about it. And
so loud, dude.
Grace, you're so loud.
My bad. I don't really. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a whole lot better.
Sorry,
Okay,
I was holding it right up to my mouth.
Okay, go
I
with.
thought you guys didn't want to hear about the library. I was like, damn, fucking judgmental as fuck. No, the library's been pretty packed lately. It kind of bums me out because it's like every seat is taken and I can't really sit where I want to sit. And that's kind of shitty, you know? I guess it's
Like-
because it's exam season. Everyone's kind of breaking down in their own way. I can't even start one of my essays because they haven't given me feedback on the last one and I'm doing revisions for that one. So that's kind of sucky.
I think you can still start it.
No, because I need the feedback.
You can still start it and then you can just revise it a little bit after you get the feedback of the previous one.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna, yeah, I don't know.
That's the strategy.
I don't know. My strategy has been focus on the other essays to get them because they are due before it.
Oh, well, yeah, if you have other stuff to do.
Yeah. I have
But if
I have
you-
3 essays total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about these essays. What are the topics?
So I have to burp. Okay. Oof.
We're making this impossible for Alec. Either we're making it impossible for him or this is the worst podcast in the universe. It's one of the two.
It's one of the 2. Alec, which one is it? Sorry. That was really close.
We'll find out once I get to editing.
Yeah.
Doggy. So one of the essay questions is, does lying require the intent to deceive? Which we're using a book called Lying, Misleading is what is said by Rebecca Saul or Jennifer Saul or Rebecca or Jennifer Saul. I don't know. It's one of the 2 names. And that one I'm just really confused about. I'm actually meeting with my professor tomorrow to ask him some questions about that.
Tell me about this book.
Well, it's really confusing. I honestly can't even describe it. It's like what counts as lying and what's basically the goal of the book is to decipher between lying and misleading and what the difference is, and then to discuss the
Okay.
moral difference
Yeah.
and which one is worse than the other. But like one of the other essay questions I could have done is lying. Is lying morally worse than misleading?
Mm-hmm.
Because she defined what they were. And lying basically is like you say P, like X, you say X,
Mm-hmm.
you believe X to be false, but
Okay.
you're trying to make person believe X is true or whatever.
So you believe statement is false, but you broadcast it as true.
Yeah. Or you
Okay.
say something false in hopes that people think of a true thing, like think something else to be true. It's
Like
really
if I
confusing.
were to say climate change is not real.
Yeah, like what is said there? Climate change is not real. You want us to believe that climate change is not real. But if you said like, so that would be a more forward lie, I guess. Again, I'm really struggling with it, but if
Well,
you were to
talking through
say
it right now might help.
but if you were to say like the ice caps aren't melting at that fast of a rate, that's saying the same thing, that climate change isn't real, right? But
Yeah,
but it's
there-
not directly saying that, but it's still a lie, even though it's not as direct, I think.
and
I
there's
don't really know.
some stuff like built into that, like saying not as fast or whatever. I mean, that's already putting
Yeah.
some sort of like standard speed that people are thinking about, right?
Yeah.
And judging across from that standard speed that you're not saying what that speed is. So you're
Yeah.
saying not as fast, but you're not saying what it's not as fast as.
Yeah. And
So it's not really giving comparison. It's making a comparison without saying what the comparison is to.
Yeah, and it's sort of like is connoting
Connotative?
it's implying something. It's implying you to believe something that's false by
Right.
saying the ice caps aren't melting. It's not directly what is said being, well, it also is. But anyway, my issue with it is that I don't necessarily think lying always requires the intent to deceive, but I do think I do think that's like the worst lies have the intent to deceive. And
So
there's
what would be lying without the intent to deceive? Like you just don't know?
Oh, here, this was one of the examples. It was so let's say there's Timmy witnessed a murder. They have him on camera witnessing a murder. He really doesn't want to self-incriminate himself, so Timmy says, I did not see the murderer. Now Timmy knows that nobody's going to believe him. Timmy knows that he did, and he knows that there's no Timmy knows that he's not going to be able to deceive people, but he still says it anyway. So that's an example of lying without intent to deceive because people know.
I understand.
But my issue with that is that if he didn't intend to deceive, he could have just, I think when you say a lie, like I didn't like the example because it explained it like he knows no one's going to believe him, but he says it anyway. And he says it because he has this 1 in a million shot at people believing him or whatever. But I still think that that's the intent to deceive, even though he knows it's not true and he thinks that other people don't believe it's true. I think him saying a lie, like something that isn't true, he said that, but he knows it's not. There's an intent to deceive there just by him saying something that wasn't true. So I disagreed with that argument that was an example of someone not having an intent to deceive because they presume other people already know the truth. But I don't think it should count. And also there's part of what the definition becomes of lying is that it takes into account metaphors, context, and humor, vernacular, presuppositions and stuff. And I think if you apply that definition to that case, you should be able to presume that he's trying to not be found guilty of something. So that's why he says that. I think there's a special case in that regard where you're under trial, that I just don't think that that definition is strong enough to withstand there was no intent to deceive there.
So
Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really. So when it's okay, so not without intent to deceive means that someone will know that you're lying.
That's what I got from it. And I thought that was very like weak. Maybe I misunderstood it. And that's why I'm talking to my professor about it tomorrow, because I was like, they had it like argument for intent to deceive and argument with against the intent to deceive. And that's what the example was.
Okay.
And I was like, but that's a very niche.
Yeah. So tell me about the difference in misleading and lying.
Oh, that's like, what was it? Misleading is like you don't have like a particular.
All right, I'm going to bring up sports again,
Well,
but it's kind of.
I just want to know what the definition is from this text.
Right?
That I'm not super interested in like. I'm not super interested in knowing like what the feel is, right? But someone has written a text where there's a precise difference between lying and misleading. That's what I'm interested in.
Hold on, let me get it out. I'm going to see if it's in my
not
notes,
to get all mathematician on it, but like I'm really interested in this precise difference in definitions.
Yeah, and I think that's
like maybe what you should go back to when you're thinking about these things is like look at the precise definition, because when you're in class or whatever, you can see a definition like expressed or presented, and then you can see a bunch of examples presented, and then you go back and think about the examples and you get like a feel for the difference. But the feel for the difference is not as important, although it is important, but it's not as important as understanding the like precise definition and the difference in the precise definition of both things. Like it's a loop, right? Like you see a definition, you see examples of this definition, and then you loop back to the precise definition and examples. And that continuous loop, always going back to the precise definition, helps you gain like a rigorous understanding as well as an intuitive understanding.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like told this to my students the other day. I think it's true. I think it's like really good math advice, maybe good advice other ways as well. So anyway, not to like totally cut you off, Alec, because I feel like you were going to say something, but it wasn't going to be this precision that I was looking for.
It doesn't, I don't know. I don't really have notes on it. I'm not gonna lie. Clarifications. Before we begin, a few clarifications are noted. Clarification is needed because of the following complications. Misleading, unlike lying, is a success term. A has not misled B unless B believes A. A can, however, lie to B even if B does not believe. In order to pinpoint the issue correctly, successful lying is what should be compared to misleading.
Okay.
And lying should be compared to attempting to mislead. Lying, unlike misleading, must be deliberate. I cannot accidentally lie to you, but I can accidentally mislead you. Okay. There's absolutely no puzzle about why lying should be morally worse than accidental misleading. Deliberately doing something bad is uncontroversially morally worse than accidentally doing something bad. My focus then is on the puzzle case, those in which contrast lying with deliberate misleading. The puzzle that is our focus here is why is it that lying should be worse than misleading when we hold everything else fixed? Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So did that satisfy your?
Yeah. That did satisfy. Yeah. That was really interesting. So like, I was thinking of this accidental misleading as like a type of lying, but this like delineates those into two different things.
Yeah.
So there's an overlap of like successful lying and misleading, right? So
Yeah.
there's two different types of misleading, right? There's because misleading requires the receiver of the statement to believe it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, that's what they
Misleading
said,
requires the receiver to believe it.
Mm.
And so there is, but lying requires the giver of the statement to believe it, to know the truth, not believe it, but to know the truth. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then misleading successfully is successful lying, right?
Yeah.
And then misleading accidentally is not lying because the giver does not know the truth. And then lying unsuccessfully is not misleading.
Jeez. Yeah.
It's a Venn diagram. I mean,
Yeah.
if I could write things down, it'd be better, but it's like
Yeah.
it's a Venn diagram.
No,
That's
yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah. So that's it's
It's
Jennifer.
Cool.
It's Jennifer Saul.
I would write down that Venn diagram. I think you would maybe get a lot out of writing down that Venn diagram.
Yeah. Can we do that actually later though? Because
Yeah, no, I don't mean do it now. I mean, that should be part of your preparation to write this paper.
Yeah, because I also, but then, well, that'd be more so if I was doing the question, is lying morally worse than misleading?
Yeah, but I
because
mean,
mine
is you got to
lying
get all of these
deceptive.
ideas straight
That's
to
true,
tackle
yeah.
any of those, right?
Yeah, I've tried going back over the chapter that's relates to the question that it does lying require the intent to deceive, but I need to have.
I think you have to
clarifying.
make sure to like spend a lot of time with that thing you read me. I think understanding like exactly what that thing you read me.
Oh, I can tell you what the definition of lying is.
Probably very important.
I can give you the definition of lying.
Yeah, that'd be great.
This is the definition of lying I will arrive at in this chapter is the following. Lying. If the speaker is not the victim of linguistic error, malapropism, or using metaphor, hyperbole, or irony, then they lie if and only if, 1, they say that P, 2, they believe P to be false, and 3, they take themselves to be in a warranting context. Now, given that definition of lying, in that example of Timmy, I think they should take themselves to be warranting context.
Yeah, I don't really know what that means, but
anyway, but yeah, it gets complicated. Anyway, the other question I'm doing
is very cool. This should be a normal thing we do. Help Grace with schoolwork.
What do you think about that, Alec?
Sorry, I'm actually looking up tangent a little bit. I'm looking up my favorite quote from David Foster Wallace about lying. See if that gives any people insight. What was the question?
What do you think about helping me out with doing my homework?
Absolutely not.
I think it's a good.
Me with mine.
Yeah, but we weren't doing a podcast then. We would have done that on the podcast if we were doing it then. We weren't thinking ahead. It's a good segment.
Thinking ahead.
It's a good segment.
But
yeah, break down some philosophical issues.
Yeah, post in the comments. Is that a good segment?
Yeah, we should do that. Got lots
do you
of.
Want to hear
We've been
this
getting
quote,
new
though?
subscribers. You notice we're like up to 2,050.
No.
Yeah.
Shit, Alec, what were you gonna say? What's your quote?
It's kind of a long one, so if you want to take a moment to kind of
tune out,
listen intently. Some people, from what I've seen, boo when they lie. They become very still and centered, and their gaze very concentrated and intense. They try to dominate the person they lie to, the person to whom they're lying. Another type becomes fluttery and insubstantial and punctuates his lie with little self-deprecating motions and sounds, as if credulity, I can't pronounce this word, but credulity credulity
Credulity. Yeah.
were the same as pity. Some bury the lie in so many digressions.
Who's tapping?
and-
Michael, stop tapping.
It's not me.
Oh.
and asides that they try to slip the lie in there through all the extraneous data, like a tiny bug through a window screen. There's a whole lot more. Like the next sentence is like, then there are what I might call your kamikaze style liars. These will tell you a surreal and fundamental incredible lie and then pretend a crisis of consciousness and retract the original lie. And then offer you the like they really want to buy instead. I think someone mistyped this.
Speaking of lying, I'm terrible. I make little lies all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sandra's like, oh, did you do this little thing around the house that I wouldn't know if you did or not? Oh yeah, I did that. All the time. I'm a terrible person.
I'm a terrible person.
What do you guys think about that? Does that change your vision of me?
No, because then that would make me a terrible person too, and I don't
Good.
think I'm a terrible person.
Good quiet that came over the room. Okay. So I'm looking at our little list. Grace suggested a talk of ghosts.
Oh yeah.
Believe in ghosts? Absolutely not. I don't see
not?
how that's a discussion.
Ghosts can totally be real.
No. I believe in
Alec?
science.
I think ghosts are real.
Science has
No.
proved ghosts can
No.
exist.
No. How?
There's the unexplainable.
No.
There is a dimension we cannot enter.
Yeah, but
and you
it's
cannot
not.
knock the possibility. You can't.
You can.
Can UFOs exist, but not ghosts?
Well, so first of all, by UFO, you mean aliens with spaceships.
Unidentified flying
extraterrestrials.
objects.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that can absolutely exist. That's another being on another planet, just like we developed, but just on a different planet, and they made spaceships. We've made spaceships. They can make spaceships. No big deal. Ghosts, some sort of ethereal thing that happens to dead things. No chance.
Alec, remember when we went ghost hunting in Salem?
Was it ghost hunting, or we just visited Salem and there's a bunch of ghosts there?
No. We
there are
had a
ghosts
little
there.
detector. We had a little
Spoiler,
detector.
there's no ghosts.
There's little. Remember, I have a photo, Alec. I have a literal photo.
Yeah. I don't think ghosts can be trapped like that. Even
Because
though-
they're not
obviously
real. There's
fake.
no ghosts.
Well, here's the thing. If people believe in a white man up in the clouds with a white robe, with no
okay.
scientific proof, I feel like,
I mean, maybe that's
I feel like if you could, I don't know. I mean, I believed that there was this ghost individual living in my fraternity house. His name, Casey. He was actually a student. He was a brother of Fidel, and he died in a fire that they couldn't tell how he died.
in
He
the
either
house.
died because of alcohol poisoning, he died because of smoke inhalation, or he got trapped and just burned alive. Like they don't really know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But there were moments where I would keep my door open, and then my door would just slowly close, and all the windows were closed. So it's small stuff like that, very cliche,
Yeah.
cliche rather, is what I meant to
Mhm.
say. But yeah, I do believe in souls. I believe that there are ethereal beings that hang around us when their permanent vessels are gone, or their physical vessels rather are gone. Because it's so sad to think that they're just gone.
Yeah, but
I think
just
they
because
exist.
that's sad doesn't mean that it make it
Well, it's
true.
like it's already sad when they die, but like I'd like to think that in some way, shape, or form, like their persona is still observing what I'm doing, and hopefully when I reach my day end, that I
Yeah,
will
it's
do
a
this for those I
yeah,
love.
it's a great
I
idea, but
I think you have to have, I don't think everybody becomes a ghost. I think you have to
okay.
have a very, very strong spirit. You have to like almost want to be a ghost. I think you have to be, because I think there's some ghosts that can move stuff. I think
Okay.
there's also some ghosts that can't. So I think the strength of your ghost body has to do, and your existence of a ghost body has to meet, you have to have a very strong spirit. And I don't know what that takes, but Michael, I just don't think there's enough to rule out the possibility. That's
You
all I
don't
have
think
to
okay.
Mm.
say. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've got 2 ghost believers. So I'm
And
doing a
one
podcast with 2 ghost believers. Okay.
Is that bad? Are you regretting?
No, it's fine.
I was such a nervous.
I don't know. I
That's
just
so
feel like
funny.
it's slippery. I just feel like it's a slippery slope.
Why? Why is it a slippery slope?
It's like not rooted in the scientific method, right? And like sort of believing something that's not rooted in the scientific method is like a slippery slope to believing like conspiracy theories and believing like climate change isn't real and believing like all sorts of stuff like that.
So you don't believe in like
Because
being
none
able
of
to talk to dead people?
no people
Like
are they're
mediums?
dead, they're gone.
That's a very like. Sorry, I'll go.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I do believe that psychics, right? I don't want to call anyone out who might be a psychic and who is a listener to us, but if you
I'll
are,
call
I
you
would
right
like to
out. It's fake.
I would like to know how you believe that it is possible for a human being to talk to ghosts. I think that there is no way to communicate with spirits that we know of, other than dreams and a lot of DMT. So there you go.
And the dreams, that's just your brain.
Yeah.
So you agree with me that dreams are just your brain. You're not like tapping into anything.
No, I
Oh,
believe.
You cannot rule out astral projection. I've experienced it.
I think you could rule all this stuff out.
I have actually, I've had an experience with astral projection. It was totally accidental.
I'm warning you guys.
Yeah.
This is a slippery slope to just believing all sorts of nonsense.
It's not.
No, it is.
It's not.
No. I think, Michael, you could use a little spirituality in your life.
I would be. You know
Why?
what, Michael?
No.
Why?
Michael, I would love actually all 3 of us.
Okay.
Grace, you can film it. I would like all 3 of us to go to Kentucky and to have a little
Why
thing
the fuck
called,
Kentucky? Sorry.
called ayahuasca.
You're gonna say IHOP.
Ayahuasca. I think. All right, I'm
Look,
just gonna. I'm
okay.
No.
Look.
Alec, go.
I understand.
Finish your
this stuff-
sentence.
This stuff is like mind altering and like changes how your synapses are firing in your brain, but it's not connecting you to like the deeper universe.
Alec, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say like kind of the opposite of what Michael is saying. Like I do believe that there are. I don't know. I'm gonna stick to a quote that Dad said one time. This earth and this world is too beautiful for it just to have happened. And I do believe that in some way, shape, or form, it involves like the spirituality of one's soul, because that's how dreams are made. That's how dreams are accomplished. Faith and belief. But I don't necessarily, I mean, like, you know, it'd be one thing for like, and I'm going to bring up sports. So it'd be one thing for like an NFL player to, you know, make it to the league and then just be like, you know, like a normal, quote unquote, normal person, however you fit that bill. It's another thing for me who loves the idea of a kid who lost his mom when he was like 14, to make it through the ranks, to push himself to boundaries that he never thought possible, all while believing that his mother was watching his every move. And then to finally go out on that, the draft used to be held at Radio City Music Hall in New York City, but it's since been moved all over the place. You know, to have that guy then go up on stage with a photo of his mom and say, "Mom, I did it." You know, I feel like there's because like, here's the thing with me, and maybe this is a background that some people should know. I've read the Quran and the Bible side by side for like a year. And the Quran, for those who don't know, is it's Islam. It's the book of Islam. It's what Muslims read.
The most practiced religion in the world.
Faith. It is the largest religion in the world. And oddly enough, Muhammad, one of the probably
the
main prophet in the Quran.
Yeah, God wrote the Quran through Muhammad.
Well, I was going to say Muhammad is the most popular name in the world. And so, but yeah, so like, I think there's like something to be said about the fact that Muhammad convened, or at least, I mean, someone correct me if I'm wrong, because this isn't my religion, but there's a part in the Quran where Muhammad gets rejected by God like 4 times, because he doesn't have the he just can't, like, well, I can't remember the specific reasons why, but like, he's like trying to like tell Muhammad, like, you know, you need to figure out how to lead these people, and, you know, how to live like a life and all that stuff. And he talked with like Jesus, Gabriel, and like all of these like different prophets from Christianity, Judaism, and even like some maybe some other major religious figures. But I don't know. I think the Quran, in my opinion, I like the Quran better than the Bible. Sorry, hot take. But I like the fact that it does bridge a lot of these faiths together. So, but to go back to what we were talking about in terms of ghosts, trying to make things circle here, I kind of went on a rant, and I really don't know where I was going with any of it, but
yeah, you read both books.
And I don't know. I think that there's something greater. I'm not sure what it is.
I second that. I think there's just no.
Well, I disagree.
I think our capacities are finite. I think we have very, very big capacities as humans, and our brain, neurological functions, and cognitive intelligence, whatever. But I do not think that we have the ability to explain and rationalize everything that we inquire. And I think one of those, and it has been long standing, you can't prove well, I don't know if this makes sense, but like you can't prove a religion, you just believe and you have faith and it works out, more or less. I think the process of like Michael, I think this
Sure,
may be
yeah.
controversial. This may be
Sure.
controversial, but I think the way you believe in math is the same way that people believe in Jesus.
No.
I think that some people carry that truth deeper.
Yeah, but one is like based on logic and like explanation of how the universe is working around you, and the other one isn't.
But I'm not like justifying it, but I'm saying that some people take Jesus to be more true and more indestructible and more logical than I there has to be someone out there who I think that someone out there does exist who believes that kind of way.
Okay.
Alec, what do you think about what I just said? I don't think that that's that controversial. Like, can you not envision? That's how deep you are attached. Now, if I said,
yeah, but what I'm saying is like, there's evidence.
There's evidence Jesus existed.
Yeah, but there's not like evidence he was the son of God.
Well, no, that's the difference. But that's not, I'm not talking about evidence and rationality. No, it's not though. Like, I don't think it's the idea of faith and believing and trusting and giving.
Yeah, I don't have faith in math. Right? Math.
Well, you do have faith in math because you can trust that it's always gonna.
Yeah, I mean, math describes the universe, and every bit of math was constructed from logic.
Yeah, and you have faith in that process.
No, there's no faith.
To be.
There's no faith in it.
I just don't think you're giving it the term.
Like, you can't like not believe it's true. Like, square root of 2 is irrational. Like, it's a fact. You're not allowed to believe that's not true. It's a fact. Like, and that's all.
Yeah, you're not getting what I'm saying.
No, wait, that's all of math. It's a fact. Like, if you believe that something in math is not true, you're wrong. Like, they're all facts. There's nothing false. Like,
until something's proven to be false.
No, I'm saying if something's proven to be true. Like in math,
you don't think that it can't later be proven to be false?
No. That's what math is. It's like, once a proof is done, that's true. Like, because it has followed logically from first principles. Like, there's no way for it to be false. So it's not like religion at all.
I'm not saying it's like religion. You're not. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Or false. Like,
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying.
What are you saying? You're saying that like believing in math is a faith, and it's not.
I'm not saying believing in math is a faith. I'm saying you have those inclinations towards it that run on similar lines. They're not the same. I'm not saying they're the same, but there is a connection in the strength of attachability that you have to math that other people translate into their relationship with something else.
Yeah, I guess, except math is something that's like totally true.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that.
And religion is not something that's totally true. So it doesn't make sense to like have that sort of attachment to something that can't be.
That doesn't make sense to you. Because for other people, it's proven to like God has been there.
There's a famous writer / journalist. I forget who it was. It may have been maybe someone like Ernest Hemingway or like Hunter S. Thompson or something like that, who said that like the Bible, it's like scripture is one that is, it's like it can't be ignored. It's one of the greatest works ever conceived. And I think because it is so well written, because you have to suspend your disbelief for, I mean, depending on who you are, probably a large portion of it, but like, I think there's evidence to support the fact like it would be hard for me not to sit down and talk with someone that I used to hold near and dear to my heart after a practice, like say in college, like when Charles, one of my friends in high school, he passed away when we were sophomores, died of cancer. And there was a moment for several practices where like I just like sat there at the end and just like talked to him. And that comforted me. I can't say that math comforts me in the same way, even though when I do it correctly all the time, I'm right. I think it's just a different level of.
I mean, they're filling different roles.
Exactly.
But
So,
I mean,
I
you
don't
being
know, like,
comforted, you being comforted by like talking to yourself while pretending to talk to this person, like that's fine. That's a fine way to comfort yourself. Like pretending to talk to God when you're praying, that's a fine way to comfort yourself.
That's a hot take.
What?
Well,
Pretend,
I
like-
guess what Grace is trying to say is like I don't pretend, is it like I am.
But I mean, they're not hearing you.
Could be neither here nor there.
Yeah, I think that's something that it's not as finite.
Like, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
like that would be.
I
I
mean,
think that there's
still, I warn
ambiguities
you
to,
guys.
like-
I think that this is a slippery slope.
But I think
this is a slippery
the stretch
slope
is though
to
like
Michael, did you know that the world was flat?
talking to.
Did you know that? I know that.
Talking to.
the slippery slope to vaccines don't work, and
Yeah,
there's
some
no
of them
climate
don't.
change.
That is just false. In my opinion, that's just false. But like the idea of me speaking to what I believe to be a spirit of someone who I once knew is not going to lead to me then to believing in the Hillary Clinton Comet pizza story. Like I
Yeah.
don't think that there's a real connection in that. Like,
I agree.
maybe it's just because I was like trained in the journalistic integrity of like, always back up your facts before you go out and speak
Yeah.
on something. But like
Your facts of ghosts existing.
I'm just saying you can't say they can't.
We had.
I mean, there's been no evidence for them to exist.
We
That's not
had
true.
a professor.
Yeah, no, it
of
is true.
religion come to our senior seminar for journalism, and he talked about the struggles of like, because like, and this is
1 in
something I
5
ran into, right?
Americans say they've encountered a ghost, but science has no evidence ghosts are real. Here are some more likely explanations.
So I wrote a story, Michael, and you tell me if I did a disservice to the journalism practice. I wrote a story about a man in Perry County, specifically Crooksville, Ohio. And he called me up one day and was like, I have a story for you. I was like, okay, let's sit down and have a talk. And he said that he built this amphitheater in his back lot. Has a big property, built this theater in his back lot. I asked him straight up, I was like, why'd you want to make this? And what did he say? God came to him in a dream and said, we're going to make this amphitheater, or you are going to make this amphitheater. And people are going to come, and it will be used by people in the community and abroad. So he starts building it. It's not even 30% done. and he gets a call from this man by the name of Alex Robinson. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and hopefully I'll share this story. I'll share this episode with him. This so this man, he came out and said, like, God told me that things would come my way if I built this. And Alex Robinson was looking for a place to hold his concert, or rather, it's a music festival, I should say, where like several indie bands from Columbus come down, and
Sure.
whatever, it's for the summer. And lo and behold, they've been holding it for 3 years in a row. So it's like,
it just feels like anecdote.
True.
Like enough.
But the point in what I'm saying is that, should I have not put in the story that God came to him in a dream?
No, you shouldn't have said that was surely what happened. You should put in the story that that's what he felt happened.
Okay.
Because that is what he felt.
I mean,
happened.
basically that's what I said with just saying, like,
that he felt like God came to him in his,
okay.
He came up with the idea.
See, but like, I'm putting my own opinion in that piece. If I say like he felt, that's my opinion.
I think.
I
could just say he said.
Okay,
this.
so he said. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, okay. So yeah, felt. Okay, so you could say that he said God came to him in his dream.
Yes.
Now, audience, what do we think about this?
You gotta like be good with this microphone.
Sorry.
Seriously.
You can't keep doing that, Grace. Can't keep doing that.
Michael looks done. So I think that was a good place to. I think that's a good place to stop.
You guys. Okay. I thought this like ghosts thing was just going to be one and done. I didn't think there was any discussion to be had.
Well, this turned out to be a very, very informative discussion about all of our opinions and takes on the universe
Right.
and the else and the
how
other.
Like in the future you guys are going to be conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, basically. So that is what Michael is taking away from this. Listeners, what are you taking away from this conversation? How do you feel? What are your comments? Do you think Alex should have put it in? Should have not? Da 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 da.
What did you
take?
put in? What did you put in? Did you say God came to him, or did you say he said God came to him?
Well, that's my training, is to quote what people say. So yeah, that's what I said. I said that.
That's fine.
God came to him, and that's what he said. So
yeah. So
I mean, but you
like
can't pronounce that God came to him.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't like outright just say like God came to him and that was his. I said something like he dreamed of having an amphitheater, and in that dream God came to and spoke to him and said,
Sure, yeah. No, that's fine. You're telling his experience. I mean, it's not what happened in real life.
Like, should I?
Like what happened in real life is he wanted to make an amphitheater, and his subconscious like created this story to give him permission to make an amphitheater. That's what happened in real life. And then he made it, and through a sequence of good events, like he got hooked up with someone that wanted to make a music festival there. That's what happened.
now,
Could have been.
I mean, I don't want to be a downer, right?
Well, I mean, no, I mean, like,
But I do.
I think there are people who, obviously are on your side of the aisle, and I don't find any problem with that. I don't know, like, I used to be of that ilk, of like, like, and like, this is where like my mind might be a little different, right? Like, of that ilk of where like I just don't believe in X, Y, and Z because of X, Y, and Z, and I couldn't. I already have trouble sleeping anyway, so it's like, I don't know.
yeah. I'm really enjoying this conversation. Wish it would have started a little bit sooner, but I got to get to studying, guys. I'm sorry.
No problem. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. We appreciate your support and listening. Let me know how I should change the intro, what I should do. I'm not a
Fix that intro.
music engineer, but I will definitely try on any program that is suggested. But in the meantime, like I said, we appreciate your support and listening, and we'll talk to you next time.